Bitena Ortiz Y. Mena was not accustomed to waiting. A former Miss Venezuela and Miss Universe runner-up, of course, the exceedingly bronze strawberry blonde was these days the wife of Miami auto parts tycoon Herman Ortiz Y. Mena. And at every restaurant she chose to grace with her presence, she was always greeted with reverence and whisked to the exact table she desired. She wanted to sit on one of the comfy orange canvas director's chairs and stare out at the gentle lapping turquoise water while eating her kale Caesar salad. But theirs was a large noisy group taking up the entire terrace and they didn't seem in much hurry to leave. Tina fumed as she glared at the tourists happily savoring their lunch in the sun. Look how tacky they were. The woman overly tanned, Verlonk and saggy, none of them properly lifted or buttocks. She felt like walking up to their table and handing out her dermatologist business cards. Why did such people have to come here? The 3.5-mile-long paradise with its pristine pink sand beaches was one of the best-kept secrets in the Caribbean. A haven for the very rich filled with the quiet little wood houses painted in the shades of sherbet, charming boutiques, chic oceanfront mansion turned into inns, and five-star restaurants to rival St. Bart's. Tourists should have to take a style exam before being allowed to set foot on the island. Feeling that she had been patient long enough, Bettina stormed into the kitchen, the fringe on her crochet Pucci caftan tuff shaking furiously as she made a beeline for the woman with the shock of pixie-cut blonde hair, manning the main stove. "Julie, honey, what's the dealio? I've waited more than 15 minutes for the table," Bettina signed to the owner of the restaurant. "Sorry, Bettina. It's been one of those days. The party of 12 on the terrace shone up first just before you did," Julie replied as she handed a bowl of spicy Kong chill to waiting server. "But the terrace is your prime spot. Why on earth did you let those tourists take up all that space?" "Well, the tourist in the red fishing cap is the Duke of Glencora. I'm not impressed by big boats," Bettina huffed, although secretly she was rather impressed by people with big title. From the kitchen window, she surveyed the party assembled on the terrace with new eyes. These British types were such a strange breed. Sure, they had frumpy, their sable russet and their heirloom tiaras, but when they traveled, they looked so painful. It was only then that Bettina noticed three tan-webbed men in fitted white t-shirt and black Kevlar pants sitting at the adjacent table. "See the China's pillow seated at the end of the table?" Bettina squinted through her Dior Stay sunglasses at the portly, balding, 70-emitting Asian man dressed in a nondescript white shirt-sleeve, gold shirt, and gray trouser. "Okay, one died to even notice him. Am I supposed to know who he is?" "That's Alfred Chang," Julie said in a hushed tone. Bettina giggled. "He looks like their chauffeur. Doesn't he look like that guy that used to dive Jane Wyman around in Falcon Crest?" Julie, who was trying to focus on searing a cut of tuna to perfection, shook her head to tight-lipped smile. "From what I hear, that chauffeur is the most powerful man in Asia." "What's his name again?"